Thank you for joining us on Therapy Unlocked. I'm Emily Huffman, and we're here today with local legend Katrina Mondragon.
Yes, Katrina Mondragon, licensed professional counselor, licensed mental health counselor, licensed to practice in the states of Oklahoma and Massachusetts. But just because I'm a professional doesn't mean that I'm your professional. So nothing we're going to talk about today is to be taken as medical, legal, or otherwise advice. This podcast is purely for education and amusement, and you might have an appearance by Sally. She's pretty amusing.
Yes, this is for education and amusement, and because I would like to be famous. So make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing, and more than ever, we just really would like to monetize the ever heck out of this. So make sure you're watching the video all the way through because we need the views. We have enough to monetize and we need the views right now. So let's see those views go up, you guys, and that would be absolutely amazing. And today we're going to talk about what you get out of a bad relationship.
Oh, like a one that didn't work out, one that's over now?
A relationship that just did not work out. So like what you learn from something when you get like a divorce, like sometimes you have a relationship that didn't work out with somebody and it was terrible. And sometimes it's a silver linings. And I don't know if you've seen the movie Silver Linings Playbook.
I live under a rock.
Yeah, but it's about two people. They're depressed and they have this kind of toxic relationship, and it's about what they got out of the relationship, even though it was completely just kind of toxic back and forth. They yell at each other, they fight with each other, they just generally don't have a good time throughout the entire thing, but they learn something about themselves throughout it.
Okay. So it's like not a self-fulfilling prophecy, but like their experiences and relationships sort of shape who they are.
Yes.
I think that's true for most humans.
Right. So sometimes when you're going through just kind of the difficulties of life with another person, you still are learning something for yourself, or you're still getting something for yourself out of it. So, like, for instance, in my marriage, my ex husband taught me how to clean my house, you
Ah,
know? So, like, even though I had this awful breakup with him that just really emotionally scarred me in many ways. It was still very confusing and difficult and painful. Um, I still learned how to clean my house, and in fact, recently I even called him because I'm still not that great at cleaning my house and I needed some help cleaning my house. And by God, he came over, he helped me clean my house. So even in these complicated, messy relationships, you can still get something good out of it. And so today I thought we would talk about how it can be complicated in a relationship with someone. There can still be something good that you get out of a bad relationship, like a silver lining.
absolutely. And I'll differentiate bad from abusive because bad doesn't necessarily mean that they hurt you physically or emotionally or the other way, but it might be that they were like emotionally neglectful or emotionally absent or like
Right.
toxic in some type of way where yelling was the love language.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes it can be just a desperate kind of feeling in a relationship that just you don't know what to do or what you're getting out of it. Or, it can just be awful, but you can still have something in that was love.
Right. And advantageous to you as a whole human being, not just that it wasn't just maybe a chapter, but maybe a chapter that is part of the whole story.
Yeah, especially when children are involved.
Right, because that is one of those bonds that links two people together, regardless of your relationship status.
Yeah. And you really don't have a choice when children are involved. You will be linked together for an eternity when children are involved. So that means you have to make those things work out by God or by faith or by just general. You just have to figure it out because that is what you do because children are involved.
Right? Perseverance is a virtue, I think. Perseverance through adversity, whatever that adversity may be.
Yeah. And it's a choice up until the point that you are a parent.
And then you're responsible for another human being or beings. I call them tiny humans sometimes.
Yes. But once you become a parent, or once you know that there is another life you are responsible for in a situation, that's when you know you have to step up and you have to make the relationship work, whatever that relationship is. And you don't even have to believe in God. You just have to know you're responsible for another life. And that's where you can find those silver linings, I think, every single time.
So I'm curious about the God perspective, or some people have said good orderly direction. I'm more secular,
Yeah.
so I'm curious about that perspective.
Yeah. So I don't even think you have to believe in God. I just think if you know there's another life involved that you're responsible for, then you simply have to do whatever is right for the other life you are responsible for, because that's your responsibility as a human being on earth, because that's the order of nature.
That makes sense, and it makes me think of the memoir I'm reading right now. I don't know if you know who Bunny XO is, but Jelly Roll's, I guess,
Oh,
ex
yeah.
now?
Yeah, I guess she is an ex now. I did read that. Did you hear the gossip about whether or not maybe she poisoned that sandwich?
No.
Yeah, I don't know if she poisoned the sandwich for Bobby
Whoa.
Atnoff or not, but that's possible. Maybe poisoned the sandwich for Bobby
I
Atnoff.
don't even know who that is, but we'll just gloss over
Well,
that.
I don't know. It's possible. We'll see. That's a
Okay.
little gossip from TikTok.
Back to the original thing we were talking about.
Well, I just like to throw a little gossip in here. It's a good podcast. It's just I just like to throw it out there.
Right. Gossip
Anyway,
can be healthy. I
it
think I have
can
an
be
episode on
healthy.
gossip somewhere.
We have a Gossiping Girls episode. We do. Go back and check it out, guys. Anyway, I'm just saying.
So you're saying about you don't have to believe in any sort of
You don't have
entity.
to believe in any entity. You don't have to believe in any gods or goddesses. If there is another life involved, you simply do have to make a relationship with someone work in some way. It doesn't have to be romantic anymore.
But it's co-parenting.
It's co-parenting, or it's friendship, or it's simply a cordial connection.
I've heard of people having to do handoffs at like sheriff offices so that they remain cordial during the handoffs.
It has to become a cordial connection in some way. You know, I have to communicate with one of my baby daddies through a secure network messaging system, through a prison network messaging system. That is what it had to become. But by God, we figured it out because we have a child together. And that's what you do when you have a child with someone. Thanks for joining us today on Therapy Unlocked. That was a good discussion on the silver linings you can find in a bad relationship. Join us again next time, and we're
Comment
happy.
if you have a story about co-parenting or being in an old relationship that you label bad or weird or wrong or whatever.
Yeah. All right.
Tell us your story. Later.